Hi there and welcome to a very specific balaclava vlog. I have caught a fever. It's 4 balaclavas and counting for me. Look at this. My name is Mimi. I have this here Yarnchix podcast. I'm a mother of 3 and I live and stitch in Berlin, Wedding. That is also why my Instagram account is called Liebwed. It's an abbreviation and kind of concoction of 2 words, which are Liebes and Wedding. Liebes is German for dear or loving. And Wedding is the neighborhood I live in here in Berlin. It's in the north. It is very wild. It's very busy and very loud. So I have a road right down there. So often you will hear sirens and it's a bit noisy. Today it's super sunny, blue skies, clear. We've had snow and hail. It's very cold in Berlin currently. So I have been knitting balaclavas since the new year began. I have tried out 4 different patterns. As you can see, this is like four different balaclavas, 4 different patterns. And I'm here to review them for you in a very short themed vlog. I normally film these vlogs for my Patreon. This kind of content is something that you can subscribe to over there, but I thought this time I'll make a vlog for here, first of all, so you can see what kind of content I create, and second of all, because so many people have asked me about these balaclavas, I've been asked about the patterns and I've been asked to kind of rate them or kind of feedback on them. For me, this is much easier to do in the form of a vlog. So if you've asked me, you will now have a link in your, and maybe found this vlog through the link in your inbox, because to be honest, I would be writing like specific feedback to specific people and that is very much a lot of time. And I thought, well, why not use this balaclava knitting madness for the benefit of some viewers and kind of concoct like a little review show. So this balaclava has already been adopted. This is the Balaclava No1 by the Danish designer My Favorite Things knitwear design. They number their designs, which is not so easy. People come in the shop, it's like, I want to knit number 9, sweater number 9, or sweater number 11, 14, 15. I don't know any of those. Like, I've not knitted the sweater, so I'm always like looking on their webpage, quickly recuperating. However, they made Balaclava No1 and I've knitted that. I've also knitted scarf or shawl number 1, which is like a tiny triangular shawl actually. It's a broken rib pattern with this kind of ribbed bottom, and here goes the sirens. Tubular cast off. I used Gassmann Hinterhaus on their Suri silk, so baby Suri base. It's really soft, and the second yarn, the other yarn that I've used is cashmere and wool blend from Ito Yarns. Let me show you. So this is the balaclava. I can show you because I'm knitting another mid-process. So this is the Sokosho cashmere and wool blend, and in my very crunchy little bag. I've got the Zuri alpaca. God, it's falling apart. But yeah, this is the Hinterhouse colorway. Is one of my favorites of Nora's yarn. Nora's is a friend and a colleague, and I had one skein of the Zuri silk, and I've knitted it into several projects now, so it's very yarn sufficient. It's very, it travels a long way, so I think I will have enough for the second balaclava in this yarn combo. A friend of mine wanted it, so I kind of started the second because my child has adopted this one. There's now a change of patterns, and I will review that a little bit further. This one is super nice for kids. My child, or preteen, kind of wears it, you know, like a hood, and to keep her neck warm. She loves the soft Zuri, so I know I can kind of, this is like a base to work with. I love how the watercolor effect of the hand-dyed Zuri baby kind of bleeds, especially in the combo with this pink, which I would have normally not gone for, but together with the Zuri, it's just so, it's so playful and nice. It's quite big and wide, hence like we thought it would be great for my friend with her locks, but it hasn't got any neck shaping here at the back. You see, it just goes straight down, which actually kind of sits a bit weirdly when you put it on. Let's try it on. So it's kind of, you know, for my face, it's all closed off here, so it's kind of windproof. But if you see what I mean now with my ponytail, it kind of creates this kind of gap situation here. Kind of sits flat and moves forward in that way. I kind of like it like this. I like the balaclavas mainly because at work I can fold them down and have like 3 layers of warmth in my neck, which is exactly where the draft is coming into the shop. So yeah, and it's pretty, like, it's a top-down pattern. It knits up pretty quickly, because you have this kind of do one thing on one row and the other row you just knit, which is very fun and repetitive. So that is balaclava number 1 as the first balaclava for me to talk about. Then this is the November balaclava by Petiteknit. It's definitely someone who I usually don't rate because of their extreme huge fan base and difficult stance when it came to being called out for not being size inclusive. However, I really wanted to try a Fisherman's rib balaclava. I knitted it also as a sample for the shop, and I will take it back to the shop and see if we can have it as a sample there. The neckline here is better because it's also knit top down, and then you have these increases here which kind of shift the neckline forward. I did this increase at the recommended point and the hood was way too long. I don't know what it is. It must have been something to do with my, like, kind of my gauge because it extended so far, then I had a gap here. So what I did is, like, I unpicked all of that and went back to do the decreases. Like, in that way I couldn't measure, and I did the decreases much earlier because obviously Fisherman's rib kind of grows when you first wash it. I used the Petiteknit tweed colorway, one of the newer Sandness yarns, which I really like this tweed. It's called Tutti Frutti, and yeah, I like it. Again, it has tubular cast-offs, which is a nice effect. And when I wear it, my kids said I look like an astronaut. It sits better, it sits tighter here at the back. Again, I think it's because of these increases here. You know, the increases come in from both sides at this point. I don't know what I did up here. It's a bit scrunched, but again, it sits tightly around here, so no wind would come in there. And when I have forgotten my balaclava, I have been wearing this because I like the texture of Petiteknit and Alva together. Alva is a filcolana yarn, 100% baby alpaca, and it's so soft, and it kind of softified the rougher. Petiteknit is a bit of a, it's not a merino, so it's a bit of a rougher yarn, non-superwash. And the Alva just kind of, the alpaca fluff just kind of gentrifies it. It's really nice. Kind of makes it into a nice and very warm kind of hug. Look, again, I absolutely love the way it falls down as a little hood, and would kind of wear it this way. Like I said, I'm thinking to take it to work as a sample. Need to sort that out at work if that's okay, if it's necessary. And knitted the smallest adult size. Yeah, fits after my adjustment of like about 10 rows starting, the increases for the neckline about 10 rows before. Then this is the balaclava I was speaking about. This is the one that I call mine, and I wear it so much it's not yet been blocked. Shame on me. Usually I block everything like before I start wearing it, but this has been so lovely. This is the Foster hat, or Foster balaclava, pattern by Fabienne Gassmann, currently published in Making Stories Campfire. I think that's number 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is originally knit at a much tighter gauge with a different yarn, but Fabienne is a friend of mine, and she recommended I use Hey Mama Wolf, which was the first version Fabienne ever knitted, was like a Hey Mama Wolf mohair mix. So I used the mokosh by Hey Mama Wolf, dyed with onions, that I had in my stash. And I paired it with the Dusty Honey Knitting for Olive mohair. It is a super clever hood. So you have this kind of folded ribbing. And I knitted this much longer than in the actual pattern, just to have kind of a warmer neck. I love the way the plant dyed coloring means it's got these kind of marbled effects, and I love how the mohair is just very subtly there. Then it has these really cool increases here that kind of send the hood, you know, a bit more like a head is actually shaped. You know, this line where a head goes like whoop, and this is bump. It definitely works with these increases. So I knitted according to instructions for the second size, for the larger size, but with a much thinner yarn. And it's kind of like a short row construction, a very clever short row construction with this kind of rib detail. And just look, it's much wider, but that's mainly because I've been wearing it with my cap, with my Caro's reading cap hat, and it's just how I wear it, and I wear it every day at the moment. the back of it, again with my ponytails a bit, it kind of sits very well, and when you fold it down, you have this really cool hood that I wish my kittens were still tiny enough to put them in there, like a little pouch for a little tiny kitten. And yeah, it sits very well, keeps my neck really warm because I've extended by around 8 centimeters, so this is like about that much longer than in the pattern. I'm knitting this one again because this detail of the shaped kind of natural neckline works super well for my friend. She tried this on yesterday, and it sits perfectly for her and her locks, so that is what I'm casting on next. I've cast on several balaclavas in the meantime, so yeah, looks like, so 4, 5. There's another black one for my child, and then the one I'm reknitting this one in orange and red, so 7 balaclavas this winter. And my eldest child has also that would make it 8, and then I've got to stop. I think maybe then the fever has worn off. The last pattern I wanted to chat about here, and then I will give you a kind of final review, is this free pattern I found through Ravelry. I use that space at work. I do not really use it privately anymore, but it was really hard to find a pattern for a ski mask, and when I found that one I was like, ooh, this is almost perfect. Apart from the decreases, I want to do them in these kind of, I want to have these defined decreases, and the free pattern had a stockinette stitch at the very top. In German I would say Stockinette. It's like, in German we say glatt rechts, but I say Stockinette, and I don't think it looks very nice after the ribbing to have like a stockinette crown. This is a request from my middle child. They want this in black now after I've knitted it in olive green, so be it. I will knit it again in black. Tried out the pattern, it works. Let me put it on. I think because this one's a bit tighter because I made it for a young adult. I need to take my hair band out, and it's like a classic ski mask. Which you can take down, so it has like a facial opening all the way, and you can fold up and wear like a beanie. It's a multi-purpose, we call it the first of May hat. I'm a hipster. I'm incognito. You know, it works. It works. It does the trick. It is a balaclava, like a proper ski mask. And my child says their face is really cold and they want it just to have a warm face, and I understand that. So there is a second one on the needles. I am using the double Sunday, the softest yarn for those wanting soft yarns. It's definitely the thing that is like a merino non-superwash, and it's soft. It's the thing that people in my family like, next to like the cashmere the cashmere merino blends. Yeah, so I'm committed to this. I love my child. I will knit black for them in winter. And at first we thought it was a bit bigger, the new one I made. Oh look, I can start the... But actually it's the same size. So I guess, yeah, I can... yeah, this is one ball. That's what's left of one ball of double Sunday, and then I'll use half of this, or let's say 2/3 of this. Maybe in the second one I will make this part longer before decreasing, but otherwise I think I kind of sussed the decreases. No. It's like, now I've shown you, like, I've got 2 balaclavas already on my needles. Why am I knitting only balaclavas? I think I really needed this like cast on, cast off, potato chippy style knitting, like of like small achievements. I have a very complex modular knitting project which I would have spoken about in the bigger podcast, and I think it's kind of doing in my head a bit, and that the challenge of it kind of made me crave something more tangibly quick. And the balaclava hype in my knitting definitely gives me that, like a cast on, cast off, which one am I gonna make next, what pattern do I want to try out next. So yeah, I'm in it, I'm in a flow. For my birthday I treated myself to yarn, and I have a pattern that I was gifted by my dear friend Vibeke, of the kind of, it's like a basket weave balaclava. So I'm gonna cast that on tonight or tomorrow, because I'm thinking to add mohair to the neckline, because I realize I kind of like mohair in my neck, like for the warmth of my neck. But yeah, I'll show you the color I got for that. Again, a Xanthnus Fritidsgarn. I really like this bright tomato red. And there is a mohair that in my stash that I haven't found yet, so I can cast on this weekend, but I will find it, or I'll buy some new at work. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna try out more balaclava knitting. There is a knit along, a friend of mine is hosting, that is a log cabin sweater knit along, and that begins this upcoming weekend. So in order to swatch for that, just to try out some log cabin style knitting, I'm gonna make 2 squares and then add maybe even a third smaller one at the top. I'm gonna do like a log cabin balaclava as my little tester. Yeah, I have lots of yarn leftovers that I've looked through, and I'm definitely inspired to do that during the evenings this week. But all in all, I am most excited about casting on a second version of the Foster hat. I had so much fun knitting this. In my overall review, I would say this shaped balaclava is a winner. I like the way it's cut, so I like the shape, I like the pattern. I'm excited because I know Fabienne will be releasing the pattern as a single pattern through their webpage and maybe even Ravelry, most likely very soon, because I think the ownership of the pattern rights have gone back to Fabienne. So now soon it will be made available as a pattern, like a to be purchased one. You know what I mean, like soon it will be available. So then I will definitely refer back to that in my podcast to let you guys know. I'm reknitting this in orange and red, and for me that's an overall winner. This one was a winner with my teenagers. I'm gonna have 3, I will have knitted 3 of these in a different shade. So another black one and a cream one has been ordered for my eldest, who has a bigger head, so I will kind of be able to adjust kind of by like doing 4 stitches more in the ribbing, so more width and a little bit longer here, and then they will also be able to wear it as a cream colored, like, you know, hat. So that'll be good. This one, because it made me look like an astronaut, I started to feel a bit self-conscious, but I really like the alva, so maybe I will knit some garment with alva again. And it was fun to knit something from Petiteknit and see that they have revised their patterns, especially in the translations. There's much more information in the patterns than they used to. I'm still not yeah. And this, guys, Zuri alpaca is beautiful. It makes this kind of aquarelle, like watercolor effect, and I just love the Keatsgarn color, and I love this combination. I have it in my Pinguino thing that I finished this spring, this January or December, I don't know actually when I finished it, but relatively recently in the new year I finished the Pinguino, and this color combination already was a bit of a fluke, coincidental stash thing, and now I'm super happy. I keep knitting this, and yeah, it's kind of fun to knit with something that's like watercolors. All in all, I can recommend Balaclava knitting for the cast on cast off, because it's so nice to have like these small things that I can gift to friends and family. So I'm not yet over it. I'm still in the midst of my balaclava phase, so maybe we'll have like balaclava review vlog number 2 coming up, but like we'll see about that. I'm really happy you tuned in today. Me, my birthday flowers, and my pile of balaclavas say thank you for joining us. I hope my review helped you. I will link all patterns below so you can find them. I have made little project blog posts that are free content on my Patreon, so you can read up about it. So it's almost like like visiting me on Ravelry, but on my own page. So you can go and visit it, and the link is below, and then you'll find all the information about all of these there. And yeah, I'll keep you posted if I'm gonna start doing balaclava vlogs every month. I hope to see you soon, and that you have a great day. Take care, look after yourself, fulfill your knit wishes. If that is a balaclava fever like mine, then just grant yourself it. Like, why not? On that note, much love. Bye!